Hello, Angela here at the Moxie Movement. Let's talk about how you can improve your transitions. As we're starting out in pole dancing, we have to start by learning each move and each piece independently and on its own for us to really grasp it. Once we have that, then the question is, how do we start putting those together? A lot of people struggle with that transition from move to move. So here are just a few tips to help you in your transitions both on the floor as well as on the pole. We're going to start with things on the floor, and what I recommend for this is having socks and pants. Having some sort of fabric will help you slide and will help you discover new transitions. What I like about the floor exploration, let's say for example, you've got two spins that you'd like to link together. You're going to do one spin, step down onto the floor, have your energy keep going somewhere, and then eventually a second spin. What I recommend always when you're moving your feet on the floor is to have soft knees and up on your tippy toes. I call these Barbie legs. It allows you to be able to seamlessly transition from foot to foot with your pivots happening very comfortably and naturally. Having those soft knees is going to have healthy knees, and having those soft knees is going to help control your momentum. If I bend my knees more, that will actually slow me down. If I want to speed up any of my movement or spins, I'm going to take those legs really straight and think about lifting really high. So using those legs as my shock absorbers, this is going to help me in transitioning my energy smoothly. So let's take a look at that in action. I'm going to take my walks around. Let's say I want to set up for a specific spin. I'm going to land with my toes and with my knees soft so that I can feel momentum happening. And maybe I just kind of flow with it, and maybe I explore my arms, but my feet and my body are still kind of just moving. And then I can think, okay, well, maybe I'm going to not waste as much time. Maybe I'm going to just explore a little bit more and take it into another spin. From the floor, same thing happens. I recommend having fabric on your body for floor work so that you can support your bones. Make sure knee pads or really good fabric on your knees to protect them. But we can play with that flow and momentum. So wherever that wants to take you, let it be a game of exploration and not worrying about specific shapes, but how can I keep myself moving? You're going to find that as you move slowly through things, you're going to find yourself in positions that you've been in before, where maybe you did this cool trick after that. You're going to start to notice that it's actually in your body more than you think. Keeping those knees soft, keeping those heels raised, socks and pants are helpful for that floor work and exploration for your transitions. So the best way to improve your transitions and to improve your flow is to practice your flow. I recommend turning on your favorite music, finding a place for your freestyle. It could be in a class, it could be in a quiet open time on your own space or at your home pole. Really just wherever you feel safe to explore your own movement. Maybe if you don't even have a pole, you can do this in a doorway. You can play with interchange of your body on some type of apparatus. And maybe if you're lucky enough, it's another dance partner, who knows? But you can take these principles and have fun with it. We're also going to talk next about how to do this on the pole. So when we're ready to take it up the pole, we want to be as efficient as possible and conserve as much energy as possible. More or less, when we're up in the air, we have something grabbed around the pole. Maybe it's a leg or a knee or a foot or an armpit or a waist or a bunch of things. But anytime we think about balling our body, our energy towards our midline and coming into a fetal position, ball position, this is efficient for our body. This is easier for us to hold, for us to move through here. So when we find ourselves up in the air and we finish a move and we don't know how to transition to the next thing, I recommend finding that center wherever you are, more or less. You can come into a supported position. This gives you an opportunity to catch your breath and to feel supported and snugged up around the pole. So from there, you can be aware of your hand positioning, your leg positioning, and you can safely exit if you need to. But then once you get your bearings, that's the time to set up for another skill. So when you start working on your transitions, on your moves up and down the pole, I recommend paying extra special attention as you're learning these movements to how you're getting into this movement and how you're exiting, because those two pieces are going to tell you what seamlessly blend into other movements that have those same entry and exit points. So just to give you an example of how this can work in action, I'm going to find myself in an invert up the pole with my outside leg hooked. I'm going to go into what I call a hero position. I'm so curious to hear what you have to call this position. But I'm going to set it up right by making sure I get a really good grip on that top knee. No daylight, bend that down. I'm going to have a true grip at the top. Make sure that elbow is helping me to pull my chest up. Now, make sure we're stacked in that bottom elbow. I'm palming the pole, elbow is soft, my elbow pit is towards the pole, index finger down. So, my hero position. Lots of movements lead into this and lead out of this. More or less, you can find yourself here. But I have a wrap, my hands. I'm going to find myself in a ball, pulling it in. Wherever I am, if I think about coming in close, that's going to give me security and give me something more likely to wrap around the pole. But from here, again, I can take a breath. This can be beautiful. All of this in between can be beautiful. If I exit a move and I'm not sure what to do, pause, catch your bearings, take a breath. Notice where you can make an extension happen. Notice what can be taken away off of the pole, maybe just adding a little bit of nuance to. This gives you time to think. All of this is beautiful in between. Start to explore your transitions as their own movements themselves. So when we're in any sort of position, I can take time exploring all of that, and now I'm still in my dance, I'm still in my storytelling, all of that. What stories do you want to share, darling? Please let us know. We would love to hear about your pole progress and how those transitions are going, and we'd love to hear what you call these moves as well. Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next week.